The tundra may not quite be frozen, but it's getting there as we work our way through December. Radar today, however, is clear at Lambeau Field in Green Bay. No team means more to a city than the Packers to Green Bay, and this was the scene a few moments ago as the green and gold made their way out of the historic tunnel. They're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Packer team as we enter play here. And losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home. And
the calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. This one fielded at the 5. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
He had the numbers of a game last week that if you win, you talk about him being a gritty guy, managing the game, getting it done. But they lost. So obviously 2 interceptions, 1 touchdown pass, that's not going to be good enough. Got to get that changed around.
And he'll push his way forward to about the 32. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Gonna give this time to the tailback. And right away, he lost the football. And the Packers pick it up. And he's gonna get this one to the 23-yard line. So here are the Packers now with great starting field position. And a glance here at the man calling the plays under center, their 6'4" quarterback.
And he did everything possible to rally his team to a win last week, didn't he? What did he throw for?
Over 450 yards.
I mean, that's a pretty phenomenal performance. So, obviously, he and the offense were clicking pretty well. The other 2/3, though, that comes into question. Defense and special teams, they'll need all of them to play better in this one, too.
Following the fumble recovery, Edmonds. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. On 2nd down now, it's Rose. He is taken down at the 21 after a short gain of 2. Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. From the gun, Edmonds. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And incomplete on the deep ball. The Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So now the Packers turn things over to the special teams crew. They're on for the field goal try. This will be, 38 yards out. And his kick here is good. And the Packers are off to a 3-0 lead. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their 2nd drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive a little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield, punch in the end zone without turning it over.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Looking to throw. Alexander. Flushed out right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Butler. That catch good for only a couple. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it. Operating from the gun, Alexander. He's got his man. It's Butler. And he is going to have the Buccaneers 1st down as they're able to convert by plenty there on 3rd and 1. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Wilkinson. And he loses the football a second time. And the Packers pick it up. And they take possession of the football and have it at the 36-yard line.
Okay, after those first 2 drives, I think there's a head coach who's going to be called for CSI. They're going to want some forensics on this. What is going on with this ball club? Unable to hold on to the football and take care of it.
They have 2 straight fumbles for them to start out.
Yeah, you would think that this team would come in ready to go. Sometimes just mentally not prepared, and it shows up in these types of plays.
They'll run on 1st down. Rose. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. Now a give right side. It's Rose. Well, a pretty move, couldn't create much space. Down just beyond the 35. On 3rd down, Edmonds. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. On now is the Packers punter, as he's on to punt for the 1st time this afternoon. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that.
And the Packers give him nowhere to go, and they bring him down. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they got to find a way to get it back together.
The Packers bringing in an extra member of the secondary here to try for the 3rd down stop. From the gun, Alexander. And that is incomplete. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. There's the stiff arm. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return. And it'll be Packer football here. First down and 10. The Green Bay offense ready to take over. And the stakes in this game certainly high as we get toward the end of the regular season. For now, they are holding a wild card spot, but there are no shortage of other teams in the NFC looking to take that spot from them.
Starting with the guys on the other side of the field because they're on the outside looking in, and no one likes to be in that position. You want to be in the room, not looking inside to see everyone else having fun. That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Back to throw. Edmonds. And he will find his man on the end route. Complete. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there.
That's a fun one to watch right there. A nice in-breaking route and plenty of room in the middle of the field. And he was able to get behind the linebackers and grab the completion for a really good pickup.
On 1st and 10, Edmonds. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 3 catches, 116 yards.
And he's trying to prove the adage is not just how you start, it's how you finish. And he is finishing awfully strong, takes great care of his body. I expect him to go ahead and put a capper on this season.
The heavy set out there, 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well, but when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him, and some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
So out comes a field goal team now for the 2nd time here today. He hit his first. Now this one from 48 yards away. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And that'll make it 6-0 here in the first. So 2 first-quarter field goal attempts for him, and he's converted on both.
I like the positive right there. 2 for 2, got the points on the board. The negative side is they didn't score touchdowns. And, of course, going forward in this game, that's going to be the aim. And hopefully they'll be kicking extra points instead.
Back now comes Tampa Bay. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3 and out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. On 2nd down, Wilkinson. And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. Looking to throw. Alexander. And this is going to be incomplete. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Green Bay's offense ready to go again. And this late season game, of course, not lacking for drama when you talk about the AFC playoff picture.
Yeah, in a sense, it's the haves versus the have-nots, because this group on offense, they'd be a wild card if the postseason started today, but they know the guys on the other side of the ball are still in that dreaded in-the-hunt category, and they're hungry for a win today.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure out the passer.
2nd down and 3. And they'll run on the inside handoff. And he'll get this down only to about the 46.
We talked about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down. On now is the Packers punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And that is very well done there, as this will be marked out of bounds at the 5-yard line. They decide against going for it on 4th and 1, maybe to the dismay of their offense, but hey, a nice consolation prize down inside the 5.
Nice consolation prize indeed. So maybe the offense is upset, but they show confidence in their defense by punting it away.
And they're going to get about 3 here out of this 1st down run, and that'll bring up 2nd and 7. 6-0 our score after 1. 2nd quarter now, and it's Buccaneer football as they've got it 2nd and 7. Back to throw. Alexander got his man complete over the middle. It's Davis. The Bucs on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Looking to throw. Alexander. And this turns into disaster. He's not going to get forward progress. That'll be a safety. So they go with the empty set, and that's their issue run right there. Nobody was there to protect.
Well, you know, most offenses have audibles, and they've changed plays when they see certain sets. A lot of defenses do the exact same thing. You go to an empty back set, they bring pressure, and boy, did it pay off in this case.
So a free kick situation forthcoming from the 20 as they'll punt this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. A look at the running back, the man out of the backfield as he gears up to go again. It's the 2nd quarter. His team has the lead, but I think he's hoping for a little bit more production out of himself.
And we often talk about preaching patience to a runner when things are a little bumpy in the early going, but we have to do the same thing with the offensive line. They can't wait to halftime to make the adjustments. They have to do it from series to series so those surface tablets come into play. Check out what the defense is doing and see if they can find a better way to run it.
So they search for that patience here now.
Oh, that's a real nice job there by the defensive front. They just engaged and held their ground. But how about the guy who made the play? We often talk about whether they take a good first step or not. Many times you just don't take any step. Just get your feet moving, get your body going, and then once he made the read, he was able to make the play.
On 2nd down now, it's Rose. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6. Back to throw. Edmonds. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
On now is the Packers punter as he's on here to punt it away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 47-yard punt, maybe a couple on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And last time they surrendered the safety, we know they don't want to do that again.
That is just one of those oddities in scoring that we get, and it's just so strange to see that go up on the board, and then you got to make sure that that doesn't happen to your team again. They've got to take care of the ball.
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a save for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
They were in the top 5 in sacks in the league coming into this one. That's their 3rd one in this game. Obviously, pass rush has been a strength of this team all year long.
And apparently they're not satisfied with top 5. They want to climb that ladder.
Yeah, I think it goes back to their offseason. They decided to make it a priority, and it's working out.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Looking to throw. Alexander. He finds his man, complete. It's Bennett. And he'll be out of bounds right around the 20. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down. Uncorks one for Davis. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Fair catch taken just inside the 40-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. He's hoping to get it going. They're hoping to get him going, too. You know, he's about ready to pop one here in the 2nd quarter. He's hoping.
And his offensive line teammates, they want to get one of those, too, because they want to continue to run the football. Most offensive linemen like that part of the game better than pass protection because they're not taking blows, they're actually dealing them out. So what they want to do is show the coaches, hey, if we pop one, we're having success. That way they won't go away from the running game.
They'll be hoping to pop one, break one here this go-around. Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. To throw on 3rd down, Edmonds. He finds his man, complete. It's Ball. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
On 1st down, Edmonds. And his throw here is going to be incomplete.
2nd and 10, a very chilly day here, but no snow. And I got to say, if it's going to be this cold, I want snow. You should see Charles' face. He's looking at me like I'm...
And it's a Packers touchdown. A great play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Packers are able to stretch that lead out further.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. Point after here coming up. And it's 15-0. 5 plays there on that drive. And it ends with a Packers touchdown. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so he doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. Off play action. Alexander. And he will not make it back to the line of scrimmage as he's going to be taken down. It's a loss of a yard, so they'll wind up crediting him with a sack, and it brings up third down. Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball in the quarterback's hands quick enough? A few other factors that they have to look at to try and help out. But you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. A big play that time for Tampa Bay.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And to be honest, this first half hasn't been anything they'd be really proud about. So they needed something like this to change their fortunes. Now they need to make sure they finish this one off, not just with points, but with a touchdown.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Operating from the gun, Alexander. Flush to his right. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's 3rd down. Back to throw. Alexander. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A great effort there. His 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bucs are able to cut into that deficit.
A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Extra point forthcoming. And they're back within 8. It's 15-7. That time a 6-play drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Takes it at the 7. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He's played a pretty clean first half, a touchdown, no interceptions.
Frankly, that's what they expect out of him. They want to see the ball thrown and thrown well, and he's able to do that and put it in the end zone. They'd love to see more of that before this game finishes. But right now, he's got his team in a good spot.
A good spot, maybe looking for touchdown pass number 2 here in the second quarter. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Looking to throw. Edmonds. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
Well, last game he had 2 sacks. Got another one here, picked up right where he left off.
Brandon, he spent the entire offseason working on new moves, new techniques, trying to add to his arsenal of pass rush moves. Certainly paying dividends in what we've seen so far.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And all the way down to the 40-yard line. It's a big play there for Green Bay.
And, boys, is, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
Throwing on first down, Edmonds. He finds his man, complete. That's ball. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. A big play that time on the catch and run.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
They've got 3 tight ends here on first and goal to add some extra mass.
Back to throw. Edmonds. To the end zone, but it's incomplete. A line of scrimmage, once again the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Touchdown! A great play there. With his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Packers add 6 to their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself, no reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the result, a Green Bay score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
On first and 10, Alexander. That's complete to Butler. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
2nd and 5. Hands it off out of the gun.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. The Bucs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This will be 3rd and 5. Fighting him off. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line.
41 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. Looking to throw. Alexander. They will find Davis. That's complete.
And he is going to have a Bucs first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8. He'll air this one out deep for Davis.
Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. A big play that time for Tampa Bay.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Back to throw again. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And he's got it. That catch good for 8, but still, it's 3rd and goal now. Back to throw. Alexander. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here from the right hash at a bit of a tight angle. And his kick is good.
So 3 points on the board, as easy a field goal as you're going to get, but I can see you shaking your head.
I love that peripheral vision of yours, partner, because to me, if it's the 4th quarter and you're up 6, I get it. But now, even if you run and don't get in, you're still setting them up to go a long field, 98, 99-yard drive. How do you look at your defense and not give them that opportunity?
And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. The Packer offense heading back for one final first half drive. And with a 2-score lead already, they may just look to get this thing to the locker room.
A little over 20 seconds remaining in the half as they'll line up here 1st and 10. Throwing to start the drive. Edmonds. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's ball. 3 yards to gain there, 2nd down. So we're at halftime here at Lambeau with the Packers taking the lead to the break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. We'll start in the black and blue division. Chicago hosting Minnesota at Soldier Field. And they're drawing close to halftime with the Vikings out on top. The Vikings seem to be on their way to what would be a good victory. Next, we head down to Houston to check on the Texans at home at NRG Stadium. And you can see, currently they trail in that ball game. The Dragons looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world. See what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And for the moment, they find themselves trailing the visiting Cincinnati Bengals. The Bengals still in a dogfight, but this would be a good victory for them if they could get it. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And despite the fact that they're looking up at a double-digit deficit at halftime, they were able to move the football through the air in those first 2 quarters. Meanwhile, for the Packers, we check out their numbers on the ground as they'll try to keep the momentum going into the second half.
All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. This one taken just inside the 10. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Packers ready to go to start quarter number 3. Hey, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the running game going a little bit more, because I thought in the first half they didn't get it moving the way that they would like. They had success throwing it, but I think these first couple of drives, they'll want to get those running backs going and give them more opportunities, and I will guarantee you that those guys are lobbying for them in the locker room at halftime. And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
On first down, Rose. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. It's Rose. Finds a seam inside the 40. And finally taken down at the 35-yard line.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
On first down, Edmonds. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. The sack recorded. It's a loss of 5, and now it's 2nd down.
The pressure that time right up the middle, and he was able to wiggle in there pretty easily and get the sack.
Yeah, sometimes you end up getting caught in a little bit of a breakdown about who to block up front, and that creates the gap there, and he took full advantage, got to the quarterback, and finished off the sack.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good pickup there, 13 yards as they get closer for 3rd down. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
Well, it's almost football 101 that you preach to your safeties. Don't let anyone get behind you. You're the last line of defense. But he didn't let the play come to him. He went to the play. How about that read and recognition and finishing off that one behind the line of scrimmage?
So now here comes the field goal team for the 3rd time today. It'll come from the right hash. It's a 47-yard attempt. And this one is right down the middle. And that will make this now a 15-point advantage. So put another 3 on the board. All things considered, a good opening drive to begin the 3rd quarter.
And as a defense, the way that this game is going, you're excited to see those points go on the board. Gives them a little bit of leeway to play with when they're out on the field, but they're real excited to see their offense score. Now they get to go out there and do their part.
Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the 2nd half.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same, because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the 2nd half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. They'll get 5 out of the scramble. It's 2nd down.
From the gun, he'll hand this off.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come out on 3rd down. Looking to throw. Alexander over the middle, complete. That's Bennett. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So into Packer territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
From the gun, they'll try to run it.
And they go backwards here, losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. Now it looks like we'll get a timeout, and we will. We've got an injured Packer on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Second and 12.
Back to throw. Alexander. That'll be caught right side. It's Butler. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Let's get it.
And they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is third down. Looking to throw. Alexander. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. That'll go for a gain of 7. And that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch, I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. There again is the running back as he trots onto the field. And these numbers showing up on the screen, that's why he's their star. They kept him down for a little bit, couldn't keep him down for a full 4 quarters.
But what they were hoping for was a half of a game. If they could have shut it down at the half, they had done their job. But as you mentioned, a full 4 quarters, and the best, they always feel like they're one run away from changing the momentum or breaking something big. And we're starting to see that here in the second half.
A gain of 6 there on first. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And the Buccaneer defense for the second straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up third down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
From the gun on third down, Edmonds. And a throw there going to be incomplete. On now is the Packers punter, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. Back now comes Tampa Bay. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
2nd and 8 coming up. From the gun, Alexander, open man, Butler complete. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
I'm wondering if the same thing went through your mind as mine. When I see a big man like that make a catch, I keep thinking to myself this, big man, look at everyone. He may not juke you a whole lot, right? He may not run past you because of his size. You're talking about a guy weighing in the 270 range. But boy, once he gets his mitts on the ball, he's going to be tough to bring down. And that's well executed there on third down, and I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
They'll run on first down. Wilkinson, and he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Operating from the gun, Alexander. Open man, completes it to Butler. And he'll take this from 147-yard line to the other. A gain of 6.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take what you can get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives him a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because They handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Right back to him on first down. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Coming up on a 2nd and 6.
From the gun, Alexander. And this is incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long game or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Here we go.
As an unbiased observer, I think it would have been interesting to see what they would have done if they hadn't gotten the first down there. But since they did, I guess the point is moot.
Yeah, they were right there in that middle ground, field goal range, punt, go for it. But as you said, they picked it up. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now a handoff here to his running back. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Back to throw. Alexander. This is Butler making the catch. And this is going to result in another first down as the tackle's made at the Packers 14.
There's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Nine-yard line, 2nd and 6.
Looking to throw. Alexander. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun. Alexander. And this is going to be intercepted. Read it well, and it's picked. And the Packers are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Watch the quarterback here that's obviously been around for a long time. That's a throw he wishes he had back.
He certainly does, but as you well know, this is a guy that's used to taking a few chances, used to fitting it into tight windows. These are throws that he's made before. Didn't happen to get it completed in this case.
On first down, Rose. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Back to throw. Edmonds. He's going to air one out.
And this is dropped. Oh, my goodness. There was no one around him, but he took his eye off it, and it falls incomplete.
On 3rd down, Edmonds. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And that will set him up in excellent shape. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line. He let one slip away last week as well, so now 2 fumbles lost in as many weeks.
Well, we were out at practice, and we watched him work. And what did his quarterback coach talk about all week?
Being a 2-hand monster.
And we looked at each other. 2-hand. Oh, I get it. 2-hand monster. Both hands on the football, taking care of it, putting it away so the ball doesn't get dropped.
The defense gets him the ball via the turnover. Now can this offense cash in? 1st and goal. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Buccaneers are able to cut into this deficit here in the final minute of the third.
So a tiptoe catch back in the end zone, so tough to do, but he made it look pretty easy.
Certainly did, and the back of the end zone is treated the same.
And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds, and obviously a big call here in the end zone.
And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together.
So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right.
Extra point up and through. And this is back to an 8-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
Takes it at the 7. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. Another drive coming up for this Packers offense.
And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
We always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, punt the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a...
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up second down.
I think that time he just maybe held on to it a little too long, CD, because after a couple of seconds in this league, you know those defenders are coming.
And how many times do we talk about complementary football? And we usually talk about, does the offense help the defense? Does the defense help the offense? I think in this case, does the quarterback help out his offensive line? You only have a certain amount of time to get rid of the football. They can only do so much. On this play, he took him to the limits.
Back now at Lambeau. It's Packer football here as they've got the lead as well to begin the fourth quarter. The Packers on third down. Just a 20% success rate at 2 of 10. This is 3rd and 16. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And that's not nearly going to be enough. Stopped at the 22, and he needed plenty more. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
On now is the Packers punter as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And Tampa Bay trots out there now.
And it feels like the momentum has shifted. They scored, then their defense forces that last punt. And now a chance to tie the game on this possession.
Throwing on 1st down. Alexander looking deep for Bennett. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Alexander. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. Now after the holding call, here's 2nd and 20.
Here's a handoff out of the gun.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
75 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Caught the defense off guard there a bit on second and long, but now you still have to deal with third and long.
Yeah, you do, but you feel pretty good about the last play, don't you? And maybe it gives you a little bit of confidence dialing up the next one, that maybe your team will believe in it when you send it in.
And he's going to come up a few yards short. Brought down at the 45. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field.
Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They'll begin the drive with Jackson on the ground. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Up at the 29 now, they'll head to the line, 2nd and a yard. They run the counter. It's Rose, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Looking to throw. Edmonds. He's going to fire one deep left sideline. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. A big connection on that one. 31 yards.
There's the arm strength that we saw in college and during the scouting process. And really, it's not just the arm strength there, but the placement as well. To me, that was an excellent combination of arm talent and accuracy.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And to give this time to the tailback. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll try the left side. It's Jackson, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now, to stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word, put it in bold. Here we go. The Packers on 3rd down. They've converted just twice and have had plenty of opportunities. This will be 3rd and 5. Toward the sideline, and he will have the first down as he was able to keep the feet in bounds. On 1st and 10, Edmonds. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10.
Now a handoff here to his running back. He'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. They'll keep it on the ground. Rose. And a nice pickup there. He gets about 5 down to the 4-yard line. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2. Back to throw. Edmonds. to the goal line, but it's incomplete. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. They'll try and run for it. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And this 11-play drive is going to lead to nothing on the scoreboard. They'll run on 1st down. Wilkinson. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll keep it on the ground. Wilkinson. And they'll bring him down right around the 13. 85 yards rushing for him now as he's toted it 21 times.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters. No reason to lighten up now. So a little more space to work with here from the 13 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Alexander. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
I know at times people think we use it too often, but you've got to be able to throw guys open. And when you read zone, you've got to stick it in there before your receiver gets to the next guy in the zone. Otherwise, you bring him into the play.
And that's precisely what allowed that defense to disrupt the pass. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. Back to throw. Alexander. And Davis has it over the middle. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. Here comes the Buccaneers punter now, as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. The Packer offense ready to get their next drive underway. And last time they were very fortunate, this offense. They went for it on 4th, turned it over in their own territory, but the other guys held up. They didn't give up any points.
So how about the guy with the #1 headset on the sidelines, the head coach? That was planned going into it, not necessarily to not get the first down or to have the defense have to hold up.
But he trusted his defense.
Trusted his defense very much, and I think that's how he's going to play this game. Go for it. Be aggressive, because I've got the wild bunch backing me up over here on my own sideline.
Now we'll see what his offense can do. And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He finds his man, complete. It's Ball. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And these guys certainly are not hiding what their intention is. They're absolutely showing it. They're definitely not going to sit on this lead here in the 4th quarter.
On 1st down, Edmonds. And he's got his man in stride, complete. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Again, he'll drop to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. On 3rd down, it's Rose. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it, get the first down, close it out.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. So now the Bucs down on the scoreboard. 2:24 to go. A fourth straight defeat looming on the horizon, barring a comeback here as they've got it with a first down. Throwing on first down. Alexander. Now they go screen. It's complete. The first down screen pass, good for 5.
I got the sense that the defense created a little momentum for them there, didn't they?
Did their job, forced the punt. Now, nice start to the drive. Offense has to do their part.
Yeah, they certainly do, but what a great start for them. They've got to go thank the guys on D.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. To throw on second down, Alexander. And that's complete to Davis. And they work this well upfield across the 45. First down now, but the clock continues to move. He's going to let it fly. And this one is incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Back to throw. Middle of the field, he's got Butler. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Needing the tough yards, they run it with their fullback. And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Packers D comes up with a big stop. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 44. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. Second down. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. They'll keep it on the ground. Rose trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On third down, it's Rose, and he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
On now is the Packers punter as he's on to kick it away. So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
We'll see if they go back to base. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. Well, going into the final play of this game, they knew that they needed some type of a miracle there at the very end, but they couldn't get it done. However, we were treated to really a spectacular affair.
even though they didn't finish it off, you're exactly right. They took us down to the last play. You were wondering, could it happen? Possibly, even though we both knew it was a long shot.
So for Green Bay, the win moves them a couple games over 500 now at 7-5. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, it was a win they needed to turn the season around, but instead they fall.